So guys, he is Mr. Rahul Gupta, Assistant Manager at Swiggy. So kindly share your journey from a college student to Assistant Manager at Swiggy.
All right. So I passed in 2007 Technocrat Institute of Technology, Bhopal, with the discipline of Electronics and Communication. So, firstly, being a student of Electronics and Communication, I used to be very much indulged in the academics. I was not interested in that sort of like non-technical sort of companies like na. So what happened one time once that I used to give the examinations like I can say what MCAT, Co-Cubes, and that E-Litmus. I was very good with the mathematics sort of that algorithm and all. So I used to give the examination sort of that. So from there I scored very good number at that Co-Cubes. All right. So from there, I got selected in one of the companies, Revigo, earlier in 2017 itself. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So in 2017 itself, there was the examination of CoCubes that was conducted from the central team. So I scored a good, healthy number in that, so that the Revigo, my first company, that visited in my college, and there was one test of group discussion was there basically, and the one of the major things that they asked was regarding my analysis and my you must be known that V3 and V5 that we always used to go through in electronics, so that we used to study. So they made to me to go through one examination, they conducted one round of group discussion. After that they went through one technical round as well, where there were number of problems regarding that algebra, that profit and loss and all the sort of this mathematics, which was good. So I got that cleared, and after that there was one of the HR rounds. So after that, then I got placed in Revigo. Then in Revigo, I had to deal with a team of 25 to 30 people. So there was a good problem solving techniques that you need to, because being an engineer, the only thing that we always study is like how to build the shortcuts. Nobody will go for the long cuts and all. So we went for the shortcuts. So that was the only thing that the main thing that they hired, because being an engineer, they always want a guy who should be problem solving at the particular instant. He should not wait for the long cuts and all. So I went for that. So I spent a good ample of time in there. 2 years was a good time. And after that, I got an opportunity at Swiggy. So there, what happened was they were looking for a guy who should be able to handle the blue collars and sort of blue collars, and who will be able to handle the teams, and whose analysis, and the who will be good at the part that is MS Excel as well. Got it? So there I was. I firstly they took my my experience was in Revigo, so I told all that, and then what happened is there was one round of situational based technical round. The second round that was conducted by my manager, who sits in the central, that is in Bangalore. So he took one of my second round. So there was totally based situational based. So for that, if you are an engineer, if you are being a student at the college, firstly you should be very good with that uh, arithmetic part that is being taught in the college at the time of the placements and all. So you should be good at that. You should be very well thorough about that. Coming to the technical background that your branch is, for there you need to. They do not ask anything regarding your subjects what you're studying there. They only ask for the projects and what the internship, what you do in any sort of companies and all. They will ask about your projects. All right. So you go through that. They will ask a little thing, but basically they will test your problem solving and situational skills, that how you are able to deal with the problems that are faced to you. So basically that is the thing that was asked. And in the third round, there was another situational based question that was given to me. So it was also around 1.5 hours. All right. So after that, then the HR, and then I was the part of Swiggy.
Can you share your preparation strategy?
Preparation strategy, coming to that, firstly, I wasn't in college, then we don't used to study a lot regarding the subjects. So we just used to study at the last day of the before the exam that we need to pass. But when, at the time of the campus placement, we were very much vigilant regarding that campus placement. So at that time, what we used to go through the internet, and there was some next step, a site where we used to solve the random problems regarding any companies that are going to visit. There was a sample paper sort of thing that was given there. So we used to set the timer, and then we used to solve that entire paper in the given period of time. That through that, what used to happen that we were prepared, like we can solve that problem if the company is giving us 90 minutes to solve one question paper, then we used to set the timer at 60 minutes, so that we can be so much faster, so that we can complete that examination within the given period of time, and we have ample of time to revise as well. So that was the strategy we used to take at the particular moment, and we used to do it on daily basis, so that if we are doing on a day and we are not doing it in the next 2 to 3 days, then it get vanishes at totally. So we need to do it each and every day, so the practice on daily basis, and you need to be a little bit practical as well, not like you need to go to the problem if someone has given you a sum to solve, then that time you don't need to just look at the question, you have to go to the entire question, what the question is asking for, what will be the what are the ways, like alternative, if the solution is given on the answer sheet, this is the solution, then that is cool, but you need to look at the alternatives, how your being a student, how your approach is towards that, so that if they are taking 5 steps to solve one question, then how can I do it in a shorter period and by using the less formulas and less steps. That was the basic challenge that we used to do, so that the examination was good, the paper used to get solved within an ample within a given period of time. So that was a strategy that we used to do in the while preparing any sort of exams and all.
How one can get into Swiggy and what are the eligibility criteria?
Firstly, getting into the Swiggy, there are two kind of candidatures. Firstly, one is a fresher and another is an experienced guy. For an experienced guy, totally depends on the profile. So if you have a good experience and you have a good situational knowledge, you can then you can get into the mind of the technical rounds, and then you can clear it very easily. Coming to the fresher part, that is very tough. For the freshers part, you need to be very much good in analysis. All right, if because people who's taking your interview will give you so many questions, so many tricky situational questions, that and if you are good at the analysis, like you are good at the arithmetic and the verbal communication part, only that these two things are required to clear any interview related to any companies, not only Swiggy. I'll talk about any logistics and operations. That will only the two things, that your analysis skills and secondly your communication. These are the two things. If you work hard, and you can one more thing. These are the coming to your part, and you need to just that you are doing. I am building a good healthy resume at LinkedIn. You have to build a good connections as well. If you have connected with the HRs of the company, then you can see their post regarding whatever the profile they are sharing. Then you can easily connect with them and know when the opening is for the fresher or the experienced guy. According to that, the bifurcation can be done. Then you can get into Swiggy.
What are the eligibility criteria for freshers at Swiggy?
Eligibility criteria for getting into Swiggy, right? So eligibility criteria, basically you should be a technical graduate. The only thing that is a technical graduate to get into any MNC is you need to be around the CTC, I should say the grade, basically. The grade that the company is asking for is like 7.5 CGPA, and you should be good with the communication part. The only these two things will be the criteria I would set if you want to be eligible for an interview sort of.
Do you have any idea related to internship programs that are conducted by your company?
internship programs conducted by the company. Not really. They do not conduct any sort of internship programs right now because it's just a startup. So being in startup, we only are looking for the experienced candidates sort of right now. But for the experienced guy, internship is not there. They visit the college placements. So internship is not there. It is not in the, what I can say, it is not like we haven't introduced it so far, but we are planning to do that in future. So we can also say that the campus placements will be the only thing that a fresher can be eligible to get into this.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. It was a pleasure to talk to
Okay,
you.
great meeting you. Sure, sure.